everyone, it's Candace and welcome back to my channel where I teach you to get anything you want in your life using manifestation without vibes, frequencies, energies, rituals, just results. And we get those here on my channel fast. Now, if you're a member of this community, you know manifesting is not complicated. It's simple. So in today's video, we are going over the top 3 mistakes that you are making when you're manifesting your SP back. These are things that I see from my clients all the time, like 85% of the time when you are manifesting an SP. So I'm going to go over these today and what you can do instead. Now, before we get started, just a little housekeeping. I am completely revamping how I do my services. I will no longer be offering email coaching and video coaching services after the month of November. So if you want to take advantage of that, go ahead and do so now. I'll be updating all of the links in all of my videos. The only thing that will be available now is a monthly group coaching service, as well as a limitless manifesting course where I teach you everything you need to know about transforming your life through manifestation. Now, both of these services do offer live weekly coaching from me, which personally I think is a little bit better than the email coaching or the one-time video coaching. So hopefully this will be able to help you guys even more. Today I'm wearing my feminist shirt from Modern-ish Clothing. Love the fit. I'm in a size medium. It is so chic, so nice. I mean, the cut is so comfortable. Okay, I lost my little 10 pounds, so I'm no longer a large. I'm a medium, just in case, you know, like some little size comparison there. That'll be linked below. Now, let's go ahead and get started. So, mistake number 1 when manifesting an SP. This is obviously a hot topic, and a lot of times people are so focused on how can I manifest them back? Like I got movement, you know, how can I get this movement? That when they finally get what they want, they are making mistakes that are causing them to have hot and cold behavior, you know, like a roller coaster of results, something good happening and then something bad happening, or even worse, they are losing their SP all, you know, in full once again. So the first mistake that you might find yourself making when manifesting your SP back is pushing too much. Here's what I mean. When you get movement from an SP, such as a text message from them, a certain type of conversation from them, or you may be able to start seeing them and hanging out and going on dates. Ultimately, at the end of your manifestation, you want to be in a committed relationship with them, or maybe a marriage, whatever it is that you want. But as you're working through these steps, when things start happening, you push for too much, which is you trying to take control of the manifestation instead of letting it happen for you. For example, they start texting you and you are like, oh, this conversation is going really great. Let me ask them if, you know, where are we? What are we doing? Let me say, you know, let me try to push this along a little bit faster to get what I want. Or you get to the point where you're actually seeing them, you're in their presence, you know, you're hanging out with them, and it's not moving fast enough for you, and you just like flip out and are like, well, how am I supposed to just keep going like this? I want to be all the way at the end. You're still telling me you don't want a relationship, you just want to hang out with me. I want a relationship. And so you like have a blow up argument and it all goes away. Here's what I want you to recognize what you're doing in those times. Why are you trying to put in effort to further things along? If you have already manifested communication from them, certain conversations, them treating you a certain way, them saying certain things to you, why now do you feel the need to push and do something forceful to take that action to try to get yourself over the finish line and make something happen? This is the antithesis. That's what I get for trying to use a big word. Antithesis. This is why don't I just say opposite? Let me just say opposite. This is the opposite of what manifesting is. Manifesting is not you forcefully bullying your way into something. You know, I'm just going to get what I want. I'm going to make it happen. Manifesting is ease, flow, letting it come to you, trusting that what you have created will come to fruition. Knowing that it's not up to you to determine how it happens. Manifesting happens oftentimes in such a way that we could never even imagine how things would unfold. Okay, Neville Goddard himself said, you know, when he was manifesting marriage to his wife, he was married to someone else at the time who lived in a totally different state, and there were all these like legal obstacles in the way. He didn't even worry about it. All that he did was continue to focus on the end goal, do his visualization at night, and trust and know that it was coming. And bam, all of a sudden, all of these things got wiped away through no effort of his own. He even had an opportunity while things were happening with the legal process of things. He even had an opportunity to try to push and make something happen and go his way. And he said to himself, I don't need to do that. And the judge decided in his favor. You see what I'm saying? You do not have to do anything. Recognize that pushing and forcing is not manifesting. That is your ego trying to make things happen, okay? When you feel like you need to do that, just stop. Remind yourself, my higher self is doing all the work for me. It knows what I need to do. I am trying to force and make things happen. Let me just chill. Take a chill pill, okay? Number 2, getting upset when things don't go in a straight line. Something I want to explain to you guys. This does not even just apply to SPs. This applies to manifesting anything. Manifesting is not a linear process, meaning, I don't know which way you guys are going to see. You guys remember graphs in school, like line graphs, and you go from like 0, like a positive line graph goes from 0 to, whatever, 100 in a straight line. It is always moving up, always improving every single day. Manifesting is not a linear process. If it was, the minute all of us decided to manifest, it would only take us a few hours to get what we want, because every second would be moving us in that direction. That is not how manifesting works. Why? Number 1, because the forces at work that make it happen are not linear forces. Number 2, what we can see in our physical eye, right? What we can see in our reality does not reflect what's going on in the background of what's happening. So we are not going to see an exact linear process where every day it's just better and better and better and better. Maybe you have manifested up to this point and right now it's just plateauing a little bit. It's just resting a little bit. That does not mean that it's not happening, okay? That doesn't mean that it's not happening. Remember when I explained to you about like a movie? You're watching a movie and you start here, you learn who the characters are, you get some positive, you get some conflict, they're figuring it out, everything comes back down and it's all great and happy at the end, and we're at the end of where we are. That's not even a linear process. When you travel a journey, you are not going in a straight line. So stop getting discouraged when you are getting such great feedback from SP one day and then the next day it just seems like it's going flat. Stop letting every single, perceived setback in your reality discourage you and make you feel like it's not happening. Think about it like this. If you were able to peek a month into the future and see how far you've progressed and see how far everything's come, to see you with your SP doing well, flourishing, thriving, why would you worry about these little minuscule bumps and ups and downs that you're going through today? Remember, manifesting is not linear. What you perceive to be a setback is not a setback, because you are actually still traveling along this path to get to where you are. Problem number 2, cut it out. The last one, and this one is really important because this one is typically encountered once you have manifested back your SP. Mistake number 3, stop letting the old story ruin everything that you have created. Stop letting the old story ruin everything that you have created. When you get what you want, when you are happy with SP, stop letting that old version of you who was insecure, that old version of you who felt like men or women weren't trustworthy, that old version of you who was not loved and was not chosen all the time and didn't feel respected, stop letting that person come in and rear their ugly head and tell you things that are not true. How many times in your manifesting journey or in these other success stories have you heard people say, I got what I want, but I hadn't dealt with those thoughts, those feelings that were still in my subconscious? I hadn't dealt with them. I hadn't tried to even tell them to go away. And so what happened? We were happy, we were here, we were happy, and I went right back to letting these ugly fears and doubts rear their head and ruin everything, and taking me right back into these old patterns, right back into these old behaviors that didn't progress myself in life any further. This is why in my little 4-step manifesting process, the first step is always form your self-concept around what you want. If you know that your self-concept around your SP is unloved, unwanted, he cheated on me, she lied to me, He plays video games all day and I hate that. If you know that you have all of these issues, don't start affirming that they're going to call you and they're going to text you without even saying, one drop of affirmations about those limiting beliefs that really make up your self-concept. Stop ignoring that part, because you know what? When you affirm, when you visualize, you are going to get those things. You're going to get what you want. But will you keep it? Will you remain in that state? That's where your self-concept comes into play. That's where your new story has to be imprinted into your subconscious, and you have to be committed to keeping that new story in mind so that it won't ruin everything you have. And again, these are definitely SP mistakes that I'm listing, but there are also mistakes that you can make in any area of your life. All right, guys, I hope you really learned something today, and I hope that helps you with your journey to manifest anything that you want. I will be posting more videos here. Please make sure I'll also be updating the affirmation library. So take a look at those links below, and happy manifesting.